Hi guys, welcome back to part 2 of case 1 of Sherlock Holmes. Hope you're enjoying it so far, and let's get into the case and try solve it, shall we?
These are the suspect's belongings. The notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These abbreviations.
Evidence required. Work out. Wrote that.
And partner, 1883. From R. Dawson. To my friend, Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer.
We're going back to
A handkerchief with the initials
JHN.
A pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin.
You think his body down here? Oh, maybe not. Go back to Baker Street.
That is not the one I need.
Dawson. The Dawson and Nilligan Investment Fund, a regional banking institution based in Cornwall, has declared bankruptcy as a result of heavy losses in its loan portfolio and is accordingly being assigned for liquidation. 23rd largest bank in Britain, and its bankruptcy was the second largest on record. The liquidation of the company is a pure catastrophe for many Cornwall families. Joshua Nelligan, one of the bankers, has since mysteriously disappeared, last seen aboard his yacht, preparing for departure to Norway. Nelligan is wanted both by the police and his creditors.
Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
I can't do that. Where's his fucking boots? Oh, has he still got them on?
Locked.
Mr. Holmes?
Oh, Nelligan. Is it his son?
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes, Joshua Nelligan was my father.
Oh,
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan
fucked
disappeared.
off.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress.
We've only asked him one question. Have a look, see, shall we? Baby cat. We have zero money. Yeah, it's his dad's coat, I think. Lovely. In neck. I mean, no money.
Does this notebook belong to you?
To his
Yes.
father.
But where did you find it? I did not know. I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh no, I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
You can
But
tell
I
me.
will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan. The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
The ring's
Yes.
date of engraving
Bing bang
is many
boom.
years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner.
It's your fucking dad's pal.
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
No, it's not. Oh.
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
Not true.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan.
You poor
Furthermore,
cunt.
the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else. Most probably your father.
Your father.
With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Obviously, I'm Sherlock Holmes.
Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
Ooh. None of those? Oh. Breaking attempts were made in order to recover the notebook. Oh, okay, yeah. So I really know what to do. Into the wall. We need to find out whether an unskilled and untrained man could use a harpoon well enough to kill by fully piercing a body.
I need to stage a reconstruction. I'm sure that Watson would be happy to oblige.
That's hilarious. With fat titties across the way.
Brave Toby. The best nose in the...
It's called Toby.
A spot of whaling, Watson. Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
No. But we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Peter Carey attempted to defend himself?
It is possible. But if that is the case, then it alters many things.
No, no.
I don't quite follow.
Uh-uh.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man, morphologically, I mean?
Monkey.
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once
Oh,
before.
pig.
On the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
No.
Thank goodness for that.
I
Harpoon.
wish to impale one with a harpoon.
Wonderful.
Watson, let us pay a visit to our butcher friend in Whitechapel. we require the carcass of a well-fed pig.
And the harpoon?
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's cabin should do quite nicely. "1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. This... Log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July. Nothing special. Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away. Log notes for August. Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away. This is the crew. Log notes for Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR, a torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign. That should do it. Now I am ready for the experiment.
Rather quick.
Here we are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What
Sure,
do you intend to
Watson,
do?
you nonce.
To indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise, yet.
Holmes, you should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test.
My fucking god.
The harpoon has struck the body, but with insufficient strength to pierce it straight through.
Oh, you
Holmes, you should
shit.
try to aim better. The
Oh,
harpoon has struck the body, but with... Holmes, you should...
did I miss that? Oh. There we go. Adventure fucking Lee.
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance in 1,000 that night.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses
Yes.
you've happily
Little
mangled.
bitch.
Very well, but please hurry.
Of course.
Too many cooperation might achieve. I don't think it's luck. Can't be luck, man. Baker Street. Back to Baker Street.
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they are still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
Wiggins.
Might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, And they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
The fucking Pied Piper.
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
Yoo-hoo.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
Wiggins,
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, as his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
He doesn't give a shit about this kid.
Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Rum and the prozzies.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
What do you want now?
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
William Hurley?
Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes, he refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
We're making
Let's
joke.
hope so.
Ah yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
More fucking bodies in order to do it, pal.
These
Boots.
are the suspect's belongings. Liam Hurtley. The stains are a pen. Nothing unusual about it. These boots match the footprints
Ooh,
exactly.
the fucking match.
I need to prepare it. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
Colorless blue. So I need to do. Blue? Blue? Orange? Colorless? Orange. Colorless.
Done. Now I can proceed further. Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery. I did as you asked and hid them well.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I beg you.
How would Hurtley react to this?
But I beg you to. but I beg you to reconsider. Remember our vows. I have done nothing dishonourable for which you me. Interesting. Liam hit on his boots matched the footprints at Woodman's Lane, thus proving that he was there. Judith Carey denies it there that he's no gardener. Right guys, thanks for watching part 2. Just getting a bit spicy now, so hopefully in the next part we can really solve this and solve who actually killed Black Pete. Sayonara.